Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is going to be issue 52 of Dungeons & Dragons Adventure. We get our giant D4 with this issue, so that brings us up to 5 of the giant dice now. So come and join me on the desk and we'll have a look. Right, shall we have a look at issue 52? We get our giant D4 in this one. Let's pop that aside. File that appropriately, and here we go. Issue 52, Group Patrons, Part 2, Academies. Lost my check then for a sec. Joining or aiding an Academy's faculty can reap exclusive rewards. We've already discussed how a group patron can impact a party's actions. As this benefactor hands out quests, furthers your group's renown, and offers you support you otherwise might not be able to access. One such potential group patron is an academy which may hope to unravel the secrets of existence or further its understanding of magic by sponsoring the group's actions. Okay. Academic relationship, academic benefits and perks, so compensation, documentation, training, resources. And then we have Group Patrons Part 3, Ancient Beings. That can never be good, surely. Doing the bidding of a being with a lifespan measured in centuries instantly makes you part of a scheme that will change the fate of the world. Choosing a group patron can have big impact on the quests your party undertakes and paths your characters follow in Faerun and beyond. If you don't value the opportunity to work with established organisations such as factions and guilds, or feel the need to further the pursuit of knowledge with an academy, perhaps you'd be more in tune with a patron who sees the bigger picture. Okay, types of ancient beings. Elder Dragon, a Lich, Bound Fiend, Guardian Celestial, the Endless, Primal Manifestation. Benefits and perks of a ancient being. Equipment, research, sanctuary, and strange gifts. And then we have Group Patrons Part 4, Aristocrats. Serving as a retainer for a member of the nobility can put you and your party above the law. Choosing a patron to shower you with perks in exchange for your services is a great way to boost resources and increase your party's overall standing. If none of the factions and guilds, academies or ancient beings we've covered seems worthy to mentor your party, you have considered pledging yourself to the landed gentry, typically operating within the key spheres of money, power and politics. Choosing an aristocrat as your group patron can deliver a powerful ally whose favour bestows far more gold. Aristocratic perks. Salary, expenses, luxury and immunity. Immunity would be handy in certain situations. Right, artifacts, part 1. Are you prepared to hunt down the most powerful magic items ever created? There are rare magic items and there are legendary magic items. But at the very top of the pile are artifacts. These miraculous relics are unique items of tremendous power, each with its own origin and history. And artifacts might have been created by gods or mortals of awesome power. It could carry the weight of a pivotal moment in history, having been manufactured in the midst of a crisis that threatened a kingdom, a world, or the entire multiverse. So there you go. Artifact quests, artifact seekers, mercans. Standing 12 feet tall, these lanky blue beings are the magical creations of deities who promote fair commerce. Mercanes are best known for procuring and selling magic items, including artifacts. They will conduct business with anyone, fairly and reliably, provided the other party has neither harmed nor swindled a mercane in the past. Since mercanes can communicate telepathically, regardless of the distance between them, they often warn each other about dangerous or unreliable individuals. Sapphire dragons. Psychic sapphire dragons sometimes believe that only they can be trusted to safeguard historical artifacts, often fixating on a specific event and attempting to add every artifact from it to their hoard. Cool. Destroying artifacts. If you don't know what it does, just leave it alone. Right, artifacts part 2. These unique magic items have secret properties that make them even more powerful. As we established in part 1, artifacts are the most powerful magic items ever to be created. Much like other magic items, each artifact has its own magical properties, and those properties are often exceptionally potent. That's not the end of an artifact surprise. However, each artifact might also have additional properties that are either beneficial or detrimental to the creature which attunes to it. Oh, what's this? So a D100 minor beneficial properties, and then D100 major beneficial properties. So that's interesting. Cool. Artifacts part 3. A mummy's hand by the look of it. We've got zombie hearts, like, which our DM seems to give them out like confetti for some reason. We're not entirely sure what the reason is behind that, but yeah, zombie hearts. Attuning to an artifact can have a downside, as its detrimental properties might seriously hamper you, and they have minor detrimental properties and minor detrimental properties. D100 rolling chart here, and then major detrimental properties. So minor and major beneficial properties have actually quite small number of beneficial opportunities, with most of these being sort of like, for example, 1 to 20 you would get while attuned to the artifacts. You gain proficiency in one skill, whereas the detrimental effects, there's many more detrimental effects, with a smaller gap between where you would roll for them, so like 1 to 5 or 6 to 10. So yeah, just be careful. Artifacts part 2. So, want to introduce an artifact into your campaign? Use, adapt, or draw upon the descriptions of the mighty axe of the Dwarvish Lords and Wand of Orcus. There are dozens of powerful artifacts in the Forgotten Realms, from the foul manuscripts known as the Book of Vile Darkness to the Orb of Dragonkind, which contains the essence of an evil dragon. Here we present the full descriptions of 2 fascinating artifacts that you could include as treasure or the weapon of a mighty villain in the Dungeons and Dragons adventurers' encounters: the Axe of the Dwarvish Lords and Wand of Orcus. So, cool. And obviously, so you got the axe there and then the wand there. Right, where loyalties lie is our next encounter. Encounter background: Gormak, the new war chief of Thunderspear Orcs, made a deal with Kraesir, the Undying, in exchange for the power to defy death and defeat Tirka, the Thunderspear's previous war chief. Gormak would go on murderous rampages like no Thunderspear Orc ever had before, providing Kraesir with plenty of corpses to fuel his undead army. One such raiding party, under the command of an orc named Ugosh Shieldbreaker, were slaughtered while out on a hunt. Now they roam the Underdark, searching for others to kill and add to their ranks. Okay. So yeah, so the previous week's map that we got is this one. So fair enough. Right. So there we go. So we've got a map for it. Again, I just wish that they'd scale it up so that we had the play surface there to actually be on. Ugos Shieldbreaker. So we're fighting undead orcs, zombies, orc zombie, and zombies, and Ugos Shieldbreaker. Large undead chaotic evil. Right, so there you go. That was that issue. This is our giant D4. We get another dice bag. I use them for other dice. Bear with me a sec. So we now have 5 giant dice. So we have our D20, our D10, our D8, our D6, and now our D4. So we're missing our D100 and our D12. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty solid. But 1, 2, I mean, this is not going to roll. No, you're not going to particularly roll this. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could you spin it? Badly. Yeah, so yeah, but there you go. That's our D4, our giant D4. Joys our others. So we are missing the D12 and then the D100. So if we line up our dice, so our D12 will go in there, our D100 will go in there. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you join me for the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.